Hello students, your instructor here, John Mangiola with another screencast. This one, digital publishing class, week 2 assignment. So you're asked to change a horizontal scale, the vertical scale, add a stroke, add a slant, and some other things like that. So a lot of these things can happen. I'm in Illustrator right here in the character panel. So I can just go to Window, type, it's just off the screen there, character. So Window, type, character, and here I am. So what they're talking about, you might like, what the heck is a horizontal vertical scale? If you click this little flyout menu, the panel menu they call it, top right of the character panel, go to show options. That's going to expose these other attributes. So, oops, sorry about that. All right, so I have this here. I need a serif and a sans serif font. So this one will be my sans serif. I'm using Myriad Pro. This one will be my serif, and for this, what I'm going to do is I'll grab something like, I'll go to Lucida Fax. All right. Now, what they're talking about, let's say I grab this one, and so these are my originals up here. I'm just going to drag a copy, so I'm holding Alt, Shift, and drag. Or if you're on a Mac, that's going to be Option, Shift, drag. So I can copy. Otherwise, you can just use copy and paste. Doesn't matter. All right, so I have this. This is the horizontal scale. So if I can set this to 150. The vertical scale, so you can see it stretches it out wide. The vertical scale is right here, and I can also set that to 150. Now, to be quite honest, if you set them both to 150, all you've done is increase the size. You haven't stretched it or narrowed it or anything like that. But that's that. You can do maybe just one of the changes or what have you. I don't really suggest ever doing this because it looks wonky, and now the vertical stems are much thicker than the horizontal crosses, and that's odd. Anyway, you can set what they're talking about with making it look fake bold by adding a stroke is this. I'm going to zoom in real quickly like this. You can see this for sure. I can go to the bottom of the tools panel. This is the stroke here, so this is the fill, this is the stroke. I can make that black per se, and it seems to be a little bit thicker. If I want to have control over that, bring this over here, I can increase the weight of this, maybe something like 6. Okay, and as you can see when I zoom out now, it appears to be much thicker. Now that's not really something I would suggest doing very often, but that's how you could do it by just the stroke. What you probably more commonly would want to do is not to have the stroke be the same color to give it the impression that it's thicker, is to give the stroke a different color. Let's say the stroke is going to be this dark red color. Now this looks really goofy, so you might want to go to something like 2 point, which might not look as bad. What's really nice is instead of, let's say I wanted to have a red fill with a black stroke, I can do that real quickly with this little double arrow button at the bottom of the tools panel, and it'll flip, oops, select this. It'll flip the attributes like that. Okay, so that's how you can do that. As far as adding a fake slant, what you can do for that is if you go to Window, Transform, which I apparently already have opened down here, and select this. And this is the rotate one, so this would be like rotate it, which I'm going to undo that. That's not what we want. What they're talking about is the one right here, which Illustrator calls shear. You can see it's kind of like an angled rectangle or trapezoid shape. You can take this and maybe go something like 20, and now it looks like it's really fast. It's not italic, as you see up here. It's Myriad Pro is the font name, and regular is the font style, but it's been slanted or sheared. The difference is that's what it's like sheared. This actually does have an italic version of the font, and it's like that. So when you use the italic version, it sets up the slant for you. If you shear it by hand, you can make it really crazy. It's hard to read, but you get the idea of how you can manipulate things. And if you can manipulate just one of them if you want. So if I want just the O to be sheared dramatically, oops, never mind. Can't manipulate the whole word. So that's one thing. Another thing that's really useful, and I have just a little bit of time left, is the Appearance panel. Go to Window, Appearance, and it will show up. This is great. So if I click on this, if I get in there and actually selecting the type like this with the Type tool, it says stroke of 2, and I actually change these things right here. So I can click on stroke, I can make it thicker, I can change the color of it, which is something like that. I can also change the fill color, something like that. So you get the idea. That's how you can use the appearance panel. You can also add new strokes. If I'm on stroke, I can go here and I can add a new